Yo, what is going on, guys? Isticap here, and it might be a surprise to you that this video does not have a background with gameplay, and it's just my channel art. But I wanted to make something new for you guys, and that is going to be a podcast. A lot of podcasts that you guys see now, usually they're around an hour, 45 minutes, somewhere around there. But I wanted to make you guys a short little podcast, maybe 10 minutes long, of the things that I found interesting, and I just wanted to see how that went. I do have a friend that is interested in joining me on these podcasts. We might actually make a separate channel for them if this does actually pick up speed, but for now I'm just going to do a quick little podcast and see how you guys like this. Starting out, we have the PlayStation Classic Jak and Daxter being re-released on the PS4 with a 1080p upgrade. This is really awesome to me because the games that are being remastered are definitely ones from my past, and I didn't really expect to see them again, but now they are going to be on the PS4, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm going to see myself playing Jak and Daxter. When back in the day, I was a really big fan of Ratchet and Clank, and Ratchet and Clank did kind of start this type of game. I feel like Jak and Daxter was kind of a copycat. I know some of you that are fans of Jak and Daxter probably will not like me for that, but I just feel like Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter are very similar, and Ratchet and Clank was just one of my big games for me. So that Jak and Daxter will be getting a 1080p upgrade, and that is pretty cool. Moving on to some slightly disappointing news. The Nintendo Switch is melting in docked mode. Some people are reporting issues that the Nintendo Switch is actually melting and it's warping from being in docked mode for too long. So it's going to be due to heat, I'm guessing, and that's kind of unfortunate. Hopefully this turns out to be a hoax, but there are some pictures as evidence. Moving on to some phone related news, we have the Galaxy S8 very shortly is going to be released, and people are going to be able to get their hands on it, and everybody's probably going to have one. I feel like the S8 is a huge step in technology, and I feel like many people may switch over to Samsung on this one instead of the iPhone. I might be wrong, but I do think the Galaxy S8 will be one of the best phones of 2017 at the current time it is going to be released. One thing, though, that has got many people stirred up is the oddly placed fingerprint scanner. I mean, there's a lot to say about this. If you look at the Google Pixel, they have their fingerprint scanner almost like in the perfect spot. So when you grip the phone, it's just in the perfect spot. When you put your finger there, you can scan and get in. But the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus both have it right next to the camera, which probably will be a huge issue for many people because they're going to be reaching up there and smudging the camera. It's even funnier by the way that when you put your finger on the camera and you smudge it up, your camera app is going to warn you that they're smudging on it. So it's going to be a kind of an issue, but oh well. I think that you can't expect everything to be perfect on the S8 just because it is a feature-packed phone and there's going to be so many things on it. Moving forward, we have the Note 8. The Note 8, is this crazy? The Note 7 exploded, and now like we had to send them back and all this stuff. But the Note 8, maybe the 8-point battery check, does that have anything to do with it? The Note 8, but yeah, there is going to be an 8-point battery check, I'm guessing, on this one as well, because they really do not want to have that media scare that they had with the Note 7. The Note 8 is possibly going to be revealed soon, and that's pretty cool. I think that the Note 8 will be a big seller if it does come out, and hopefully doesn't explode. And also, if you guys do want to try Bixby, which is one of the voice assistants on the S8, you guys can try it out now. I'm not going to explain how to do it because you probably could get a virus on your phone, but if you do want to try it, there are ways to get it on your phone now. Another big thing in the news today was Apple dropped the firm which reduces their graphics chips. Now, they didn't drop them now, but it's going to be happening over the next year to year and a half. They are going to be slowly moving away from Imagination Technologies, which manufactured their graphics chips. Apple said that they had a new way to do it themselves, so yeah, that's a huge hit for some of those investors on that Imagination Technologies company, and Apple provides them nearly 50% of their revenue, which is huge. It's going to be a huge hit for Imagination Technologies, and I think this has something to do with England leaving the European Union Holy crap, I just butchered that like 3 times, but yeah, they're leaving the European Union, and I think that's kind of why this is occurring. I'm not positive on that, but it's just a guess. Also, one last thing on the phone news, the OnePlus 3 and 3T, if you guys are not familiar with the OnePlus, it was a feature-packed phone. That was like the whole goal, and the idea was to get it out to people as cheap as possible. And they did fairly well, but I feel like there aren't a lot of people with a OnePlus. I feel like it's just a lot of YouTubers, and that's about it. But they are updating their Oxygen OS with a Do Not Disturb gaming mode, a secure box for pictures and files, quick pay, and night mode. One of the features there is Do Not Disturb gaming mode. I do think that one is pretty cool because I find myself, if there is a notification that comes up while I'm gaming on my phone, which I don't do often, but every once in a while I will, and you accidentally click on that notification, that can be like dire, man. You just lose your progress in a game or something. Well, maybe not that severe, but if it's a multiplayer game, yeah. Moving on to some different news, we have the VR scene. HTC Vive has a Netflix-like service that they're planning on releasing, and this is going to help with the sales of VR because I do feel it is slowly dying out. Granted that you have to get in like an $800 headset on top of a PC that's going to be like insanely good to run games and stuff for that headset. So it is a big money hole, but I do feel like they are slowly getting to the right point where VR is going to pick up. It's just going to be a little bit longer until that occurs. And lastly, Asus ROG, Republic of Gamers, is bringing a 1080 Ti that combines water and air. So it works without liquid, but it can tap into a custom water loop if you have one. Now I feel this is really interesting because it can work without liquid, but you could take it on, like it could be in your LAN PC that you take on the go with you and you could use it in that, or it could be in your like main machine that you have at home and you have it tapped into your custom water loop, and it takes advantage of air cooling as well. And I don't think this has been done before. Maybe it has, but I don't know of any circumstance it has. The 1080 Ti is a killer card. 30% performance boost is what they're saying, and some of the benchmarks on the 1080 definitely show that. I hope you guys all enjoyed this short little podcast, and don't forget to stop in for more in the future. Hopefully I can have my friend join me on a few of those, and as always, it's been your boy isticap. Don't forget to keep it classy. Later, guys.